I can use any tool? Okay, I'll grab this flamethrower. So many years ago I was in the army, stationed at a base that was built in an American desert. In front of our company, apt 150 to 200 soldiers. Building. They used rock scapping to make it look nicer. It had been a while since any maintenance had been done, so intermingled in the nice marble-chipped rocks was scattered a ton of weeds. As a junior enlisted soldier, first few years of an enlistment, it was our job to do the maintenance around the building. A group of about 8 of us had reported in for the day when we were given the task of picking weeds by our sergeant. Here's where our malicious compliance kicks in. Our sergeant tells us we are to pick weeds for the day, and we aren't done until every weed was gone. There is a shed with tools in it, and we may use anything we find in there. One of us is looking through the shed when he comes across a propane torch. Not anything little either. I am talking connected to a full-size propane tank with a handle like a pressure washer and an opening about 3 inches in diameter. When this thing was on, the flame was coming out at least 1.5 feet. We all surround this thing and talk about whether we should use it. When I say, he told us to use anything in the shed. This is in the shed. Let's use it. So I grab it and bring it out to use. This thing completely disintegrated the weeds. We made it through at least 3/4 of the weeds when our sergeant comes running outside screaming at us. He started to get angry at us when I reminded him of what he told us and pointed out the fire extinguisher. He laughed and went back inside telling us we couldn't use it anymore. At least we didn't have to do physical training as our punishment. After this, we weren't given that task ever again, and we still finished well before noon. Edit, for those who don't know. And I commented this below as well. They got mad because we were lower enlisted soldiers using a flame-throwing tool to burn weeds in the open where people could see. This is the kind of thing that if the wrong person saw, they could have lost rank and pay over it. Think getting demoted and losing $400 a month, and losing half a month's pay over this? I've seen this exact thing happen for stupid reasons. Normally when there is safety involved, to use this we probably would have needed a 40-hour course in the proper use and safety precautions in the operation of the tool. Additional edit. Yes, I know the tool is a weed burner. The issue was we were a group of unsupervised soldiers using fire to burn weeds outside of an army building. If the wrong person saw this, there would be hell to pay. Most likely in the form of punishment taken on the sergeant who left us unsupervised. Edit number 3. Thank you for the awards. Work smarter, not harder. My ex once asked me to remove or kill in whatever way possible the roots of a small tree which sprouted anew each spring. Dug an 18-inch deep hole and placed a 2L Coke bottle filled with termite. A few moments of vigorous volcano reenactment later, everything in a 3-foot radius was completely sterilized. I was banned from gardening effective immediately. Edit. Stupid autocorrect didn't know thermite XD. So for the record, that tool you are referencing is in fact called a weed burner. Used as the name implies to burn weeds. Just generally not near buildings. Home Depot link, for what I'm betting your tool looked like. Growing up in SW, Idaho, we called that tool a weed burner. Farmers used them to burn out ditches and canals before the irrigation water starts flowing. Technically, you were using it correctly. It's worth adding that we also used that tool to start charcoal briquettes for grilling. Easy starter. You used the best tool for the job. They were probably giving you a make-work job to keep you busy. The problem was one. You finished early and made the OIC have to work more to find more work for you too. You showed intelligence and initiative, qualities the military command is not equipped to handle. These are actually really popular in Germany because of their pesticide laws. You are wrong. A 40-hour course would have only been sufficient for the propane tank. It would have been another 40-hour course for the unlit flamethrower, and then specialist training for the actual use. Source: I helped write and revise technical manuals for a branch of the military. Did you don a gas mask, a full protective suit, and a rubber glove hat while you did that? I know these things. They're not exactly flamethrowers, but they are fucking good getting rid of weeds. Pretty common here. E4 Mafia reppin' strong lol. Even acknowledging your edit, you were literally using the proper tool for the job, and had the correct safety equipment on hand. I fail to see the problem here to begin with. That's what that tool is for. It's a weed burner. Sign of the horn's medium light skin tone. Probably didn't get to the roots though, so they would grow back quick. You know they sell these things at Orange Big Box? For killing weeds. I used to own one.
Wachuka?
You should consider posting this in our military stories when they open back up. As a captain in the Air Force, I would approve. Reminds me of an old guy the first used to know. All his buddies called him Shotgun and the name stuck. Anyone that knew him called him Shotgun. I asked him a few times why he was called Shotgun. He always replied, because that's my name. I finally got the story out one of his friends. He never got on with one of the officers he was stationed with in WW2, and so when this officer didn't like that the path from his mess was shaded with trees, he knew who to give the task of clearing the branches. Instead of getting a ladder and tools, he used a shotgun to blast away all the branches. He raised an alarm amongst all the troops and earned a nickname that lasted decades. What? That torch is literally called a weed burner. That's what it's for. Isn't a weed burning torch the correct tool for burning weeds out of rocks?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.